Millions of people watched Game of Thrones and thought they understood the story. They didn't. Not even close. George R.R. Martin spent over 2 decades building one of the most intricate, layered, and politically complex fictional worlds ever committed to paper. A Song of Ice and Fire isn't just a fantasy series. It's a sprawling meditation on power, identity, consequence, and the terrifying randomness of fate. And when HBO adapted it, something extraordinary happened in the first 4 seasons. Then, something else happened entirely, and the fandom has never fully recovered. Today, we're going deep. The book versus the show. The characters who were gutted, the plot lines that were erased, the endings that were changed beyond recognition. This is everything the show got wrong, and everything the books get devastatingly right. Let's start with the character they destroyed most completely. Tyrion Lannister. In the books, Tyrion is not just witty, he is broken. Deeply, disturbingly broken. After killing his father Tywin on the toilet, Book Tyrion descends into a psychological spiral that the show barely gestures at. He travels through Essos, consumed by self-loathing, obsessing over Tysha, the wife Tywin forced him to watch be gang-raped by his own guards after falsely telling young Tyrion she was a prostitute. That trauma defines everything Tyrion does. The show removed Tysha almost entirely, and with her, the entire emotional architecture of Tyrion's arc. Then there is Lady Stoneheart, one of the most jaw-dropping omissions in television history. After the Red Wedding, after Catelyn Stark's throat was cut and her body thrown into the river, she was resurrected. Brought back by the Brotherhood without banners, but not as the woman she was. She came back as something colder, something merciless. A hooded figure who cannot speak because of her slashed throat, who leads the Brotherhood on a campaign of brutal vengeance, hanging Freys and Lannisters and anyone she deems guilty. The show killed her off and never looked back. An entire revenge arc, gone. Jon Snow's resurrection in the books carries far more ambiguity. The show gave us Jon back, heroic and ready to fight. The books suggest something darker, that the Jon who comes back may not be entirely Jon anymore. The concept of warging, of a soul displaced and partially lost, is woven through the text in ways the show compressed into a single dramatic moment. Then there is Aegon Targaryen, and this one changes everything. In the books, a young man arrives in Westeros claiming to be Rhaegar's firstborn son, saved from the Mountains massacre as an infant and raised in secret across the narrow sea. He is charismatic, trained, and ready to claim the throne before Daenerys even arrives. The show erased him completely. His existence fundamentally alters the political landscape of the Endgame and raises questions about identity, legitimacy, and deception that the show never had to answer. Daenerys' arc is far more morally complicated in the books. Her descent into fire and ruthlessness doesn't arrive as a sudden, shocking twist in a final season. It is a slow, painstaking, deeply earned unraveling across thousands of pages. The show rushed what the books spend years constructing, which is precisely why the Mad Queen moment felt jarring to so many viewers and inevitable to every book reader. Sansa Stark in the books never goes to Ramsay Bolton. That storyline, one of the most disturbing in the entire series, belongs to a different character entirely. Jane Poole, Sansa's childhood friend, forced to impersonate Arya Stark. Sansa's book arc keeps her in the Vale, learning the game of politics under Littlefinger in ways that are quietly building towards something the show never delivered. And then there is the ending. The show gave us Bran Stark on the Iron Throne, Jon Snow exiled beyond the Wall, and Daenerys dead in the ashes of King's Landing. Whether George R.R. Martin's ending matches any of this is unknown. But every structural signal in the books points towards something far more nuanced, far more painful, and far less neat than what appeared on screen. The books don't give you heroes and villains. They give you human beings trapped inside systems of power too large for any of them to control. And that is precisely what the final seasons forgot. The show was a phenomenon. The books are a reckoning. And the law never lies.